Hello and welcome to a short haul video. First things first, I have to apologise for the absolute state of my hands. This arrived while I was mid-project and I was working with ink, and that can be ridiculously difficult to get out of the skin, and I just wanted to open this straight away. So I apologise for that. But I'm sure most of the people watching this are also artists, and so you know how messy things can be, and we're all sort of used to having paint and ink and all sorts of mess on our hands. Now, this is from Riot's Arts and Crafts, which is also where my first haul video was from. It's a really good thing to just pick up a few cheaper essentials. It has more student grade brands, but I think that it's super useful. And some of the things I wanted to pick up were just some staples like these water brushes from the art studio. There's a 3-pack with a few different types. So there's a flat brush, a large round, and a small round Aqua brush, which I think will be very handy when I get into some more watercolor, which I have started going through my collection. We'll see how that goes. And I also grabbed another sketchbook, which was absolutely unnecessary. I don't know if anyone else has a bit of a sketchbook addiction. I think it's a real problem with our type of people. This was just a really cute sketchbook that I picked up. Absolutely did not need, but it's made from fully recycled paper, so I thought that was pretty cool. I'll explain a bit more about it in a minute, but I also grabbed this fixative. I am looking to work with more soft pastels and charcoals, so I thought just having a fixative might help me along my sort of learning journey. I don't know how well it's going to go. We're going to figure things out, play it by ear, and yeah, see if I like working with them, like working with a fixative, and put it all together, see how it goes. Now, I also have grabbed some clay. Now, this is actually for my mum's crafting. She's gotten a bit into using clay, so I brought her a few different types to play with. So this is the Clay Studio Polymer Clay, PolySoft in Galaxy and Graphite Pearl, and I brought some more from there, grey granite and just a plain beige. Now they all have different pigments in it. We want to see how that works. There was another brand, Kato Clay, and then some. This is air dry clay, the Colour Plus, and I think I also got a non-dyed one here. So they're just there for her to mess around with. They're very cheap. So if anyone has any tips on how to work with clay best, that'd be super handy if you could leave them below. I'll pass them along to my mom. And I also brought an extra aqua brush. It was on sale. So I brought another flat brush. So I have 2 flat brushes, which are kind of my favourite type of brush at the moment. So having 2 might be handy, as I'm a very chaotic worker. And I could pack one in one pencil case, have one in another. As you can see, the sketchbook is a Holcroft brand. It is 120 GSM, and it's pretty smooth paper, so it'll be good for sketching. Nothing too heavy, but it comes with a pocket, so it might make a good little travel sketchbook. I mean, that is the point of it. It's called a traveling sketchbook. That is what it wants to be used for. So hopefully I will be inspired to use it. But the main reason I purchased this whole thing was for the acrylic paint. Now this is Holcroft brand. It's an Australian brand. I'm hoping that it is good. They have the titanium white, Hansa yellow, naphthol red, ultramarine blue, and carbon black. And this is a very thick paint, or it is thicker than some of the other acrylic paint that I have, and I really want to work with it. I just seem to be drawn more to thick acrylic paint. So I have some ideas on what I want to work on with acrylic paint at the moment. That's sort of where I'm drawn right now. So yeah, I'm doing a little swatching of all of the paints here in my lovely little palette that I brought from an op shop. So, and I'm using my beloved filbert brush that is my favorite brush right now. I just seem to really, really like any sort of flat style brushes. Round brushes are good, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I'm kind of a flat girl. So I was just testing here, swatching out the colours, but also trying to test how thick I can sort of leave it. Now this is just a cheaper paper that has a canvas-like quality. I forget and it is there. It is 300 GSM, so it's very thick, very good. But I'm just swatching everything out and doing as many different mixes as I could think of, to try and get all the different colours, everything I can work with, so that when I do want to do a painting with these, that I am all prepared and I know basically where I can go with the colours. Now, I am really, really happy with this set. It is their beginner set, and I think it has all the colours that you need, mostly. Now, I will say, I definitely love this colour range far better than, say, the colours that came in the Kmart set that I played with. If you've seen that video, you'll know that the red that came in it, I forget what it was, but it was a very orangey red, and it made certain mixes extremely, extremely difficult, and you could not get a true red. And the blue that came in it, I think, was a cerulean blue, so it was a really pale blue, so getting like any brighter dark blue was difficult. But there is also that I have found problematic in a lot of mixes is trying to get a purple. Now, if you want, I've watched a few videos lately. You really need a magenta if you want to mix a purple, and that is not commonly a staple with these sort of palettes. You get, you know, your white, your yellow, your red, your blue, and your black. And knowing what you learn from school, you expect that, red and purple make blue. What? No, red and blue make purple. But it's not exactly right, unfortunately. You will find that a lot of times red and blue will make a brown or a mauve or just not a really good purple. So that is something that I'm going to want to add with this. I may just buy maybe some purple itself so I can have a convenience purple, or I may buy a magenta so I can mix it myself. I'm not too sure yet. I will say you can get a lot of really nice greens with the Hansa yellow and ultramarine blue in the different ratios, as well as adding a bit of white if you want it paler, or like a tiny touch of tiny touch of black. My language is failing me today. I'm super sorry. I just wanted to get this done and dusted. But I had a very hectic day yesterday. I was emceeing a show at my sort of like local dance venue, so I am a bit spoken out. Words are difficult, but I hope you're all forgiving. But as you can see, I've just sort of mixed all these different colours. As you can see, with more of the ultramarine and less red, that's the closest you get to a purple, but it's not a real purple, and I wish I could have a bit more purple. But overall, I'm really, really happy with this set, and the particular painting that I brought these for isn't going to have any purple in it, so it's not too much of an issue right now. But definitely something I'm going to be mindful of in the future. So, I'm really, really, really quite happy with everything that I've brought so far. I have tested the water brushes off camera. They all are really good. There's no leaking or anything like that. Very happy with them. The clay, if you're interested, I will see if I can't get my mum to mess around with them on camera. But again, any tips or tricks would be super, super handy to have. And any recommendations for acrylic paint, brands that you really, really like, that aren't too expensive, that would be fantastic. I'm on, a bit of an acrylic paint kick at the moment, so I'm having a really good time with that. Basically, any tips and tricks you just want to share in general, I really, really, really appreciate. But no, I think that's all. I know this video is very short, just a little bit of a haul to share off my new purchases to get me through this Christmas season. But yeah, no, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!